you going? How you doing? Good. Good day for a game.
That's the year it's supposed to home. About 15 degrees tomorrow we're at home and it's probably going to rain too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Where's baby?
East
Is it rain up there?
Yeah. It's right there. We live in Coventry too.
Okay.
How far of an angle do you get?
Oh, this is just the home plate. We have our camera operators down there on the benches. She gets the gameplay. So we do a split screen. It's on Westerly.live. Yeah, we do a split screen to where we have you can watch the pitch and then we just cut once the ball's hit or the play starts. We just go to the field. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100% free. Westerly.live.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Hey Greg, can you toss me down a twist tie? The box should be against. All right. What's that? No, oh, there it is. Yep. I didn't even see it come down.
There's nothing about these guys. There's nothing about them. I know, but
Blue, watch out for her. All right, watch out for her.
Nice to meet you, Dan. How you doing?
Fallon, nice to meet you.
Hi, Coach. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
It was good, you know, I gotta tell you, it was good watching her warm up routine. The first time I saw her making out. She played for baby, she batted 1,000.
$1,000 a bat.
Oh, I don't remember my lineup. I need my lineup. I need her to start on it. I need a lineup. I need extra.
Welcome one, welcome all. I am the voice, Greg Morano. We have Lisa behind the lens, and alongside me, producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We are Westerly Live. We have a doubleheader here at Seminole Field in store for you tonight with major seating and playoff implications. The Lady Bulldogs are warming up as we speak for the start of Game 1, visiting Bayview Academy Bengals. A tough foe it's going to be for Westerly. They come in boasting a 10-0 record. They have been flawless this season, and they have two extremely capable pitchers, to say the least, from what I've been told. Two pitchers that exceed the 60-mile-an-hour range, which will make it difficult for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs' future. After speaking with Coach Luppy, as things stand today, they need to win 3 out of their final 4 games. All 4 of those games will be complete by tomorrow night, as they have a very difficult task and have a doubleheader here today versus 10-0 Bayview, and they come back tomorrow right here again for another doubleheader. They'll be playing Barrington, and you never know how that's going to go, but they need 3 out of 4 to lock up the number 2 seed in the playoffs, which includes a home game. So, big things, and we're getting ready to go. Alina Murdoch ready to toe the rubber. Batter steps in, open stance for Bayview. And we are underway, folks. Inside ball 1, number 12 for Bayview. Gabriel Jeffrey at bat, leading off for the Bengals. And Murdoch's offering right over the plate. Strike one, 1-1 count. You expect a very disciplined team, one would imagine, out of Bayview. You expect a lot. When you're 10-0, it requires a lot. So, free swinging to start. That's low, 2-1 count. Westerly will be trying to manufacture runs, undoubtedly, with the pitching they will be facing. You will see bunting, you will see slashing, you will see movement on the base paths. Murdoch's pitch, swing and a miss, up and in. Nice speed on that pitch for Murdoch. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter. Again, we are at Similar Field, top of the first, doubleheader. Bulldogs, fast pitch softball versus Bayview Academy, undefeated Bayview Academy. The pitch swing hits it hard right at the center fielder. And it's a good thing. That was a laser right at her. 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs. So I will repeat the scenario several times throughout the night. For the Bulldogs to lock up a number 2 seed in the division, because the division has been won by Bayview. They have locked it up. The Bulldogs need to split tonight and win both tomorrow. If they do that, they will head into the playoffs as the number 2 seed, which makes your route to the championship easier, offers you a home game. Big things here. Murdoch's pitch, inside, ball. And the delivery, and now it's going to be up and away. Undoubtedly a red light here for the Bayview batter. 3-0 count. And that's there. Strike one, 3-1. Bulldogs playing straight up on defense. And the pitch swing and a miss all the way back, 3-2 now. That spot's been effective for Murdoch here in the first 2 batters. Up and in, but still in the strike zone. 3-2 pitch from Murdoch, 1 out. No one on top of the first. The pitch right there. Fouled on a play. Good job staying alive by number 11, Ashley Anderson of the Bengals. And the pitch is in there for a called strike 3. Great spot. Murdoch with good command opening tonight, hitting her spots. Froze the batter for the second out. I do have to say, one member of our Westerly Live team is under the weather. Our thoughts are with her, Chrissy, for a quick and healthy return. 2 outs, no one on the pitch. Ball just missed outside. Nice pitch. Good movement so far. She's got to hit her spots. From what I've been told, we're going to see a higher velocity out of Bayview than you'll see out of us. That's going to be low and in, 2-0 count. So Sarah Trosson at bat for the Bengals. 2 outs, no one on. Top 1. And that's upstairs, 2-0. Murdoch wants a quick 1-2-3 first. And the pitch up and in, ball 4. Here's a free pass, number 23, pitching carefully to the 3-hitter. Not so much of a bad thing. You don't want to give up too much to offer early in the game. Bayview doesn't squander many opportunities. So 2 outs, 1 on. Play will be at second or first. Bulldogs looking ahead to the dugout here. The pitch bumped, square, ball. She pulled it back. 2 outs, so you're not going to see a sacrifice bunt. It's going to either be a push or a drag. No adjustment on the Westerly defense. And the pitch free swinging over the outside corner. 1-1 count. Nice placement again by Murdoch. Emily Heath, the batter for Bayview. And the pitch a little up. Spinner just didn't come down for her. Not too hot tonight down on the field. They're getting a little bit of a break from the previous few days. Big pitch here for Murdoch, and it is on the spot, swinging a miss. That's the spot that they haven't touched, that outside end of the plate. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first. Top one of a doubleheader here, folks. And the pitch is outside, full count. Bayview's going to make her work. She's got to hit her spot here. Can't hit too much of it, though. This is the 4-hitter for Bayview. And the pitch is there. It's the check swing. Ball hits the ground, so she did offer. Plays at first, ends the inning. That is the 3rd out. I don't know what the confusion is. She's safe. Umpires have given her the base. And I frankly have no idea why. So, it is what it is. We have 2 outs and runners on first and second. Top first. And the pitch upstairs. That was a nice pitch by Murdoch on that last situation, swing and a miss. No one argued on Wesley's side, so it's definitely an oversight on my end. The pitch by Murdoch over the middle, swing and a miss by number 55. That's Sage Verkler of the Bengals. So the Bulldogs slowly getting themselves in a little bit of a jam. Runners on first and second. Nobody, 2 outs. No runs in. Looking for that 3rd out. While speed pitch gets past Arnold. A little confusion, and both runners do advance. So now Wesley is officially in a jam. But there is real estate at first base. 5-hitter for Bayview, number 55, the 5-hitter. There is room, so you don't want to give her too much of the plate. You definitely don't want to go down 2-0 in the top of the first. And that's low and in. That gets to the backstop. So they're going to get 1 free. Oh, the play at the plate. Did she hold on to it? She's out. Called out at the plate. Ends the inning. Huge emotional swing for the Bulldogs. That could have been a major problem going down 2-0 when you retire the first 2 batters and nobody's on base. But the Bulldogs get out of the jam. Beautiful play at home by Dina Arnold and great tag by Murdoch. So, unscathed, the Bulldogs head to the dugout, bottom of the first inning. Their first opportunity on offense. And our first opportunity to see Bayview's pitching. Murdoch uses mainly spot pitching. Hits her spots. Decent velocity, but not overpowering. Needs to hit her spots. I'm hearing we're going to get more power pitching tonight from Bayview. I think it's a beautiful night for softball. A little bit overcast, but not too windy, so the dirt isn't kicked up. Not too humid. So the Bulldogs have 4 games in 2 days here. All of them at Similori, so that's the one good thing. Need to win 3. Would love to get one of them out of the way right here at the beginning. If they could just knock off the first game, that would go huge distance for them. A struggling Barrington team coming in tomorrow. They're winless. They will be winless coming in. So the Bulldogs will still have to take care of business tomorrow. But we are here today, and that's all they can do is today. Number 23 pitching, Sarah Trosson for Bayview. warm-ups are about wrapped up. Bulldogs coach Luppy at his spot on third. I'm watching the pitching. I've seen pitchers. Westerly has seen pitchers that throw the velocity that she was throwing in warm-ups. We'll see what she does when the batter steps in. Wesley's freshman, Sophie Valentina, has very good velocity and good break on her pitches, which is a little bit different from what we're seeing in the first game here. Also a freshman, got a lot of exposure this year, and will take the helm for the Bulldogs for the upcoming 3 years. And the Bulldogs squared a bunt underneath it, fouled out of play. 3 Bayview players charging in foul territory. So going forward, the Bulldogs are in good position pitching-wise, but when you got 4 games in 2 days, I don't know how you can be all that comfortable. Store bunts. Third baseman charges hard. Great job. Field close to first. And that is a 5-3 put out. That infield charges hard and fast. Good bunt, good placement. Westerly is going to do that. I mentioned that earlier. This was Gabrielle Brennan. She likes to slash, square, pull back. I'm sure Bayview's gotten a scouting report. Square, pull back, swing, and it's a slow roll to second, and that's going to be a 4-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down, only 3 pitches thrown for the Bayview pitcher. So the Bulldogs, 2 outs, no one on, has only forced 3 pitches here in the bottom of the first inning. Number 25 for the Bulldogs steps in, pitcher Elena Murdoch, the Bulldogs senior. One of few young Bulldog team. Inside ball. And the pitch swing fell back. Charleston always around the strike zone, it seems. Nothing overly intimidating yet. Hasn't needed to be. Strike over the outside half. Taken 1 ball and 2 strikes for Murdoch. Pitches are coming in from the dugout, it looks like. Spinner that stays up. If she's got enough pitches that she needs a wristband, she has a lot to offer. You often see that in quarterbacks in football because of the size of the playbook, but she must have a variety of offerings, and that is right over the outside half. Freezes Murdoch for the 3rd out of the inning. Great bottom half of the inning for Bayview. 1 inning done, 0-0. Even score, start fresh here in the 2nd. We are Westerly Live, and we will be back with you, not tomorrow, but the following day for some varsity baseball action. It's all coming down now to see who's in the playoffs, if they're in the playoffs, if they're home. If they're home, we'll see them. These shortened seasons, this shortened season, for all the sports makes it even harder to get a home game because 1 loss is magnified. So while the Bulldogs warm up, I'll give you their roster here. You have number 2, Maya Henderson. She's only a freshman. She's an outfielder and a second baseman. Number 3, Alina Fazzaro, another freshman. She's a catcher and a first baseman. Number 4, Cassie Burt. She's an outfielder and she is a senior. Number 5, Kaylee Lamb. She's an outfielder and only a sophomore. Number 7, Gabriella Brennan, outfielder, second baseman, senior. Number 8, Brooklyn Mitchell, infielder, pitcher, and junior. Number 10, Cisco infielder, senior. Number 11, Lily Vedalino, infielder, freshman. Number 12, Alexa Beal, outfielder, first base, senior. Number 15, Sophie Valentini, infield, pitcher, only a freshman. Number 16, Paige Allen, infielder pitcher, junior. Number 17, Natty Baldinelli, infielder, junior. Number 18, Alex Storr, shortstop, center field, again, only a freshman. Number 22, Ava Tenuta, outfield, sophomore. Number 23, Dina Arnold, catcher, sophomore. Number 25, Elena Murdoch, our pitcher today, and outfielder, senior. Number 27, Emma Caracciolo, number third base, freshman. Number 28, Maggie Stahl, first base, junior. Number 30, Hennessy Papadopoulos, outfield freshman. And finally, number 32, Natalie Newhouse, outfield freshman. Those are your Lady Bulldogs. And here we go in the top of the second. We're playing at least 14 here tonight, folks. One done. Murdoch's pitch inside, turned on it. Ground ball to shortstop, bobbled it, still a chance to throw high and hard enough that the runners can advance. He goes back to first. The initial bobble was the problem, not the throw. They didn't have a chance after that. So these are things you can't do against a 10-0 team. Bulldogs now have one runner on. They're going to face their first lefty, and that runner is on base due to an error. The pitch, nice pitch, off speed. Giselle Jeffrey, the lefty for the Bengals at bat. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-1 count. Murdoch's pitch upstairs. Not a lot of real estate behind the catchers here for runners on third, but it all comes down to which way the ball kicks. We've seen runners get thrown out and games end on it, and we've seen runners cross standing up. Murdoch's pitch upstairs. Two and one count. And still secondary lead, not too much. Thought she was going to take off for a second there, but she didn't. 3-1 batters count here. I'm guessing green light this early. This would be the 6th hitter for Bayview. And that's a strike. Go to the outside portion. Bulldogs defense playing straight up. Murdoch's pitch down the ground. Good job of keeping it in front of her. Doesn't matter as it is ball 4. 2 runners on, nobody out. When Bayview threatens, they generally capitalize. So the Bulldogs are going to look for a ground ball here. You'd always love an infield pop-up or a strikeout, of course, but you really got to pitch for a ground ball, try to turn a double play. I haven't seen one actually turned all year long, so this would be a great spot for one. Murdoch's pitch. Ball upstairs. Number 26. Carolyn Thomas at bat for Bayview. They're going to make Murdoch earn it, that's for sure. Maybe if the Bulldogs can at least cut down the runner at third. And that's going to spin, stay up and in. Murdoch wants to speak with the catcher or the umpire or somebody. I think she found a rubber from another league that wasn't removed prior to the game. Well, it's better they catch it now than somebody trip over it later. So here we are, top of the second inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second, and no out. No score. Bayview threatening. And the pitch. Ball 3 and a red light here for sure.
Here you go, Caroline.
And the pitch, breaking ball called, ball 4. I didn't think that was that far off, but obviously there's a little bit of a command issue if you're throwing a breaking ball with a 3-2 count, 2 runners on. That's extreme either confidence in that breaking ball or just lack of confidence in throwing a straight strike, which I think is what we're dealing with here. Number 7, Green Cermak, Abby batting for the Bengals. Bases loaded, nobody out for undefeated Bayview. And that is a strike over the inside corner, not at a high speed. Got to be careful here. You're going to have to be selective if they turn on one of these. Infield playing in, moderately in. The second pitch, and that's a nice pitch over the outside corner. Broke late. Good pitch by Murdoch. Got a credit for that one, 0-2. Now as dangerous as it is, you got to be careful. You don't want too much of the play, 0-2. You'll never forgive yourself. And that's upstairs, nice pitch, good waist pitch. Want to keep it out of the dirt, no freebies on pass balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Love a strikeout here. Probably going to go upstairs somewhere. And that goes inside, almost hits her. I think she wanted to be hit and take the free pass. Sure didn't move away from it, but a break for Westerly, 2-2. This is the pitch here. The deciding pitch is up and away, full count. Now you got to throw a strike. The batter knows you got to throw a strike. Everyone knows you got to throw a strike. No outs, so there'll be no movement on the base path. On the ground, there'll be movement. Murdoch's offering is outside. Walks in the first run of the game. Very frustrating thing for the pitcher. See if she can bounce back here. Still nobody out, bases loaded. Trouble on the horizon. Number 18, Ava Winslow at bat for Bayview. 1-0, bases juiced. Nobody out. And that is inside corner, strike 1. Nice pitch. That's a tough one to hit. That would handcuff you. She's getting behind in the count and being forced to throw strikes, but being unable to do so. And the pitch inside turns on it. That's going to be a single up the middle. That's going to score 1. Going to score 2 without a throw. That makes the score 3-0 Bayview. Runners on first and second, and nobody out. 5 batters have stepped up to the plate. 5 batters have reached base. 3 batters have scored. 2 remain on base, and there are still no outs. And we are back to the leadoff hitter for Bayview, number 12, Gabrielle Jeffrey. Swing and miss on the first pitch upstairs. Bulldog dugout quiet early. This is a doubleheader. Can't lose yourself emotionally early in game 1 for sure. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. All that matters is that she's ahead of this batter right here. Force anywhere for the infield. You really do want to chop down that lead if it's coming to a corner. Murdoch's pitch upstairs. Good job by Arnold. Like I said, I haven't seen Wesley spin the top on a double play and convert it, so I would be more concerned with the runner getting to third. Corners are up a bit. And the pitch low in the dirt. Good job by Arnold. Murdoch's pitch inside ball. So, full count now, all the way back. Bulldogs just got to get that first out. No movement before the pitch on the Bulldogs defense. Good job by the batter waiting back. Just got under it for the fly out to the left fielder. So that will be a 7 unassisted for the Bulldogs' first out of the top of the second inning here. And you hope to hear a little bit more as the Bulldogs flow here. Like I said, you can't lose emotion in inning 2 of a doubleheader, especially against a team of this caliber. Coach Leppy does a real good job of keeping his players in the game. Low and in. Of course, Coach Leppy, a legend in Westerly softball. Always puts a good product on the field. Murdoch's pitch right there, turned on, hit well, but right at the left fielder, misplayed, goes all the way to the fence. I don't know how that will get ruled, but we have 2 in, we have 3 in, and that's a base clearing triple. Not really a base clearing triple. They're probably going to call it a single with an error. A single with a 2-base error, I guess I'll give it. Glove was in the wrong direction, and she was unable to play the hop. That's unfortunate because that could have been caught. It was a hard hit ball, but it was well played by the defense. So the Bulldogs have 3 errors here in 2 innings. Only 1 out in the second inning. They're only partially their way through it. So 5-0 lead for Bayview. 1 out, runner on third. Pitch, curveball. A lot of spin, not a lot of movement though. Number 23 batting, the pitcher for Bayview, Sarah Trosson, who now has some insurance, can breathe a little easier when she steps on the rubber. Murdoch pitch count is up early. Upstairs. Again, not something you particularly want to see on a doubleheader. Efficiency is good in doubleheaders. Murdoch's offering upstairs, stays up. Count is even at 2s, 1 out. Bulldogs going to try to freeze the runner at third, make the play at first. Slight breeze starting to settle in. The pitch, spinner over the plate, turned on. That's a single. That spinner is not breaking for Murdoch. That sat right over the middle of the plate. Bayview pitcher spun the top on it. Ground ball single between third and short. String just not getting pulled on these breaking balls, so they're kind of just hanging there. You know, and broke, tried to go with it, got under it, right down the line in foul territory. Almost looks like the Bulldog player let up before the ball landed there, so it kind of seems like this inning has gotten to them emotionally. Coach Luppy's going to have to take care of that. It's 6-0. Not insurmountable. Plenty of time left, but if you quit. Murdoch's pitch, strike, call, generous. Again, breaking ball. Just not pulling the string. It's not coming down for her there. 0-2 count. 1 out. And that hits her. That was Emily Heath hit by the pitch for Bayview. And the inning moves on. 1 out, 2 on, 6 in. This is the 10th batter of the inning. Number 55, Sage Verkler. Coach Luppy calls timeout to go speak with his pitcher. Not a trip he was hoping to take in the top of the second inning, I can assure you. It's tough. You fall behind this early, and you got a long night ahead of you, but you emotionally really have to suck it up. If you're going to do anything in the playoffs, this is your chance to try to come together and show a little tenacity, I guess is the word I'm looking for there. So Coach Luppy is as satisfied as he can be at the moment. Murdoch really does need to cut down some innings here tonight. Valentini, no doubt the projected starter for game 2. And more than capable of spinning a gem and winning game 2. But we need to see effort from the outfielders and everybody else on the Bulldogs. It seems like they're down at the moment. And a nice pitch inside, 55, swings and misses. Good location. Little life in Winston. And my pitch hits her. Something's going on with her concentration. The first thing she did was look in the dugout. Definitely a little confusion. But such is sports. Long inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. 11th hitter, back to our lefty, 30. Giselle Jeffries swinging a Mitch, swing and a miss on a high off-speed pitch. 0-1 count. Corners up. I don't know why everyone's not up. The pitch is outside, ball 1. So the middle is playing for a double play. Corners are going to go home. Murdoch's pitch breaks enough to catch the outside portion of the plate. Very little break, but enough. So the batter's behind 1 and 2. Murdoch's in charge. Still got to pitch wisely. Stays outside. Does a good job of that. A lot of pitches on this arm early in this game. Ooh, that's up and in. Full count, all the way back. This is where confidence really comes in. Really becomes a factor. And that's there. Fouled away. That was a nice pitch. Had a lot of the plate. So Jeffrey lets ball 4 go by. Another run in for Bayview. Number 7 here in the top of the second. 1 out. Bases loaded. We will clear the count and start that over again. That looked like it had some hope. Started out 0-2. Number 26, Caroline Thomas, at bat. Smaller target. First pitch spinner, doesn't break. Turns on it, gets a good piece of it. Tracked by the left fielder. Makes a nice play. You got to get it back in. And does. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. That's a sacrifice fly for Bayview. That'll be their 8th run in. Good at bat by the Bengal hitter. Number 7 steps in for Bayview. Abby Green Cermak, the leadoff hitter. And the pitch hits her. I think she's been hit before. That is hit batter number 3, I believe. Coach Luppy just reassures his pitcher that he is not mad in any way. And the pitch, that was a nice breaking ball. That broke hard away. Tough pitch to hit. Strike called, 0-1 count. 2 outs. Any base for the 3rd out. That curveball breaks a little bit too much. 1-1 count. That one doesn't break enough. Stays inside and low. 2-1. Bulldogs trying to end this nightmare half an inning. And Murdoch's pitch over the inside portion. Nice pitch. Called strike. 2 outs. 2 strikes. 2 balls. 2nd inning. A long 2nd inning for Murdoch and the Bulldogs. And the pitch breaks away. Nice job by the batter to get a piece of it. Ava Westerly at bat. Murdoch's pitch strike. Right at second baseman, caught in the air. And the inning is finally over. The bleeding has stopped. And let's see what magic the Bulldogs can spin in their dugout here to try to jump back in this one before it gets out of hand, if it hasn't already. We are going to be back in just a few moments, folks. Number 23 warming up for Bayview. That was a long half an inning in the dugout. So maybe she is tightened up a bit. Bulldogs are looking for any kind of an advantage that would have come out of that half an inning. Over now in the books, we move on. New frame. We are Westerly live, and we are currently letting all the cards fall for all the teams. See who's in and who's out as far as playoff competition goes, who's earned a spot at home, who hasn't. If they have, we'll bring it to you. And the Bulldogs need a 3 out of 4 run here in their last 4 games, these 2 doubleheaders, to sew up the number 2 seed in the division, which would give them a home game. Bulldogs' third baseman steps in, leading off the bottom of the 2nd. Caracciolo, 1 ball, no strikes. Bulldogs just looking for runners. Swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch. A little bit of pepper behind that one. The pitch stays inside, spins, swing and a miss. The 1-2 pitch, low and in. By a very little bit, fortunate there for the Bulldogs. You kind of got to take the approach in the box that you're not going to do this thing with one swing, so these huge cuts aren't what you need. You need the ball in play. And nice turn on it. Outside pitch. Could have probably gotten more power if it had gone the other way. Stays alive here, though. 2-2 count. The wristband interests me. I would love to be able to see that. The 2-strike pitch up and away. Good waste pitch filled up the count. 3-2. Bulldogs looking for a runner. Defense is straight up. Shallow, if anything. And the pitch, and it's popped up. Tough spot. Second baseman tracking makes the catch. Good communication. 3 players around the ball. Very fundamental play thus far. So, 1 down, no one on. Bottom second. The Bulldogs catcher, Dina Arnold, steps in. Start a 1-out rally here for the Bulldogs. And that is a nice off-speed pitch. Wow. That dropped some mileage and dropped in over the plate. And the offering, strike over the outer half. A little bit of movement. Pitch came in a lot faster. So Arnold protecting the plate with 2, low and in, ball 2. I do believe, ball 1. So Arnold, only a sophomore, does all the dirty work behind home plate, does a great job. Bulldogs are all set there for a few years. Come swing and a miss. Out number 2 for the Bulldogs. So a good inning thus far for Sarah Trosson of Bayview, who has really good command at the moment. And it's a lot easier to have command when you have 8 runs behind you, frankly. Soph Valentini, the freshman, batting for the Bulldogs, who will more than likely start the second game. At least I'm sure that was the initial plan. And that pitch is low and in for a strike. Bulldogs more than capable of pulling off a win with her towing the rubber. She's gotten good experience for a freshman this season and done a great job. Shows great potential. And it stays upstairs. Actively the best pitcher on the Bulldog roster. Has been for a little while now, as we see recent struggles. Count 1-1. Upstairs 2-1. And the pitch, nice location, good speed. She changed the speed well. There's got to be a 7-8 mile an hour difference. That's tough as a hitter to keep yourself on your back foot. 2-strike pitch, nice job staying alive. 2-2 count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, second inning. 2-out rally is what the Bulldogs would love. And the pitch stays alive. So Valentini protecting the plate, doing a good job of it with 2 outs and nobody on for the Bulldogs here. And the pitch, that is such a good off-speed pitch. Comes in low, but man, that takes about double digits off the pitch. Counts full, bases empty. I would expect the Bayview pitcher to come right at her. And the pitch is over plate, stays alive, fouls back. Good at bat, good at bat. That pitch was outside, on the plate though. Good job staying alive. And the pitch is inside, called strike three. Throws are on the inside half, and that's the end of 2 innings here from Similarity Field. The score, Bayview Academy 8, Bulldogs 0. We are Westerly Live. So Bayview calmly going to take to the plate, which makes hitting easier. Obviously, all these insurance runs and all these wins run there. They have all the confidence in the world right now. The Bulldogs got to tough it out, gut it out, whatever they got to do, because this game's not over, but there's a second game to play that is huge if they don't manage a comeback in this one. They really, truly need Murdoch to chop off another 3 innings. In addition, if any of our listeners or followers have children that wish to play Westerly Pee Wee football, registrations are now open. Just go to www.westerlypeeweefootball.com and register online. They're in the middle of a successful flag season that maxed out capacity as far as enrollment. And looking forward to a back to normal, full-fledged tackle season here in the fall. But back to here and now, we are in the spring. We are trying to solidify playoff spots here. And we are seeing why Bayview is in first place in 10-0. But we haven't seen the best out of Westerly either. They didn't come out just yet with their A game. I've watched Westerly come back from, I believe it was an 8-run deficit. So the defense straight up. Looking for a quick one here, maybe. 1, 2, 3. The first pitch breaks a little late outside, ball 1. Murdoch's offering up and away, 2-0. Gabrielle Jeffrey at bat for the Bengals. And the pitch over the middle of the plate. Called low, I believe. 3-0. So the Bulldogs right out the gates here in the top of the third start out in a position they don't want to be in. Bayview will be free swinging with an 8-run lead. Murdoch's pitch, breaking ball over the plate. And the pitch, nice breaking ball, caught the outside corner. All the way back, full count. This is a big batter for this inning, it really is. I know it may not seem like it when you look at the scoreboard, but just mentally, they had a long night ahead of them here. And nice pitch off the hands, though, and it falls inconveniently for Bayview. That was a nice pitch by Murdoch. Got around on it just enough to muscle it to no man's land in left field. That is a legit hit for Bayview to lead off the inning. Good at bat, good battle to start the third. Goes to Bayview, run around first, nobody out. The pitch is going to be up and away. Ashley Anderson batting for the Bengals. And the pitch is low and in, 2-0. So quickly, we got to run around first, and we're back to a 2-0 count. Everything is from behind at the moment tonight thus far. And the pitch is way upstairs, 3-0. And pitch outside, ball 4. So Murdoch walks the first 2 batters. Well, the first batter, correction. Great job of hitting to muscle her way onto base. Then the subsequent walk kind of pours a little salt on the wound. That's like when you're emotionally down and you kind of. And the batter tries to turn on it, got it on her hands a little bit. The center fielder tracking it, and that one is out of here, folks. She didn't even get the meat of the bat on that ball. That's a 3-run home run for Bayview. I did not think she really even turned on that thing. There were a few harder hit balls I thought in this game. That thing just kept carrying. Got over the fence by about 5 feet or so. So all cylinders in full gear here for Bayview. They are clicking on all cylinders, to say the least. Top third. The pitch, breaking ball, strike. I'm still impressed with the strength it took to get that ball out of here. Because that did not look like it got the heart of the bat. Didn't sound all that solid, just kept going. So they can beat you every way. They've bunted. They've gotten singles, doubles, home runs. Number 14, Emily Heath, takes her turn at bat. Nobody out. Base is empty. Restarting the top of the third. And that's a curveball waited on. Good job of hitting right there, right at the center fielder, though. And that'll be an out. That'll be 8 unassisted for the first out of the inning. So to start the game, Bayview did not score in the first inning. There were only 4 batters. And then they have not been quiet since. 8 runs in the second, 3 thus far in the third. Spinner way ahead of it. And when I say spinner, I'm just saying that because of the velocity, you're able to pick up the rotation of the ball very early here tonight on Murdoch. And that's up and away off the backstop. Number 55 at bat for Bayview, Sage Verkler. And inside, swing, foul back. Switching up balls here. And the pitch inside, ground ball to Cracciolo. Scoops it up, throw to first, in time, out number 2. So the Bulldogs looking to get in and out of this inning here. Giselle Jeffrey at the plate again, the lefty. Off-speed pitch outside, 2-0. Murdoch's pitch, low and away, ball. And the offering, nice pitch, breaks over the plate, got the call. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. the pitch is away, ball 4. Making her work in every inning. This is the 7th batter of this inning. I mean, she is working hard. 2 outs, 1 on.
Here you go, Caroline. Look for your pitch, Caroline.
The pitch. She waited just a little bit longer. See, that sounded like the meat of the bat. The crack of the bat. I didn't hear that on that long ball that was hit. But that's the beauty of fundamentals. Beautiful swing like that. Silent but deadly. Number 26, Caroline Thomas. Swings at the inside spinner. 2 strikes. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Bulldogs want to hit the dugout.
Here we go, Caroline.
Oh, and 2. And the pitch is over the plate. Fouled out of play down the first base line. Count remains 0-2.
Here you go, Caroline.
And the pitch just a bit upstairs. 1-2. And the pitch stays inside. 2-2. With such a lead, you're also afforded the luxury of being more selective. Pitch over the plate, waits on it. Right center field gap. And no one's going to get there. It falls. Center fielder scoops it, and that is going to bring another run in for Bayview. Scoring from first base, Giselle Jeffrey on the 2-out, 2-strike double by Caroline Thomas of Bayview. The score 12 for the Bengals. Top of the 3rd inning here, 2 outs. Runner on second. Bulldogs still not out of trouble. And the pitch low and in. And the pitch. Nice pitch. I like that breaking ball off speed. And the real trick comes in. If this game doesn't pan out in the Bulldogs' favor, how do you settle everybody down? Take a deep breath. Because if you want second place at that point, you got to win your last 3. And nice pitch over the inside portion. Strike 1. Strike 2. Correction. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Eighth batter of the inning. Pitch over the plate, ground ball. Vitalino scoops it up. So the first inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 3rd here in game 1 of a doubleheader, Similori Field. We will be across the lot at the baseball field on the 10th. Bulldogs, the baseball team, jostling for playoff positioning as well. They're in the playoffs, just on the bubble as to whether they'll be playing in Westerly at all. Just as the softball team is doing in front of us today. There are scoring rules regarding differential. I try not to bring them up before needed. If a team is ahead by 10 runs after 5 innings, the game is complete. And I believe, but I'm not 100% sure, I believe if a team is up by 15 runs At any point after 3, the game may be complete. So, number 23 toes the rubber again for Bayview. Plenty of rest between innings for the Bengal pitcher. So, warm-ups are over. Approaching the halfway mark of game 1. Obviously, judging by the scoreboard, not exactly what you want to see as a Bulldog fan, but you got to have the mindset, be able to bounce back, let it slide off, start new. The Bulldogs have an excellent option at pitcher for game 2. I'm sure Bayview does as well. And he starts with a called strike that looked to be a little off the outside portion of the plate. Lily Vetolino, number 11, the second baseman at bat for the Bulldogs. Only a freshman, a lot of experience this season. Nice off-speed pitch. Great job waiting on it to get good contact. That is a tricky pitch. She drops it down about 7-8 miles an hour on that pitch. That's hard to keep your weight back on for any hitter. Way ahead in the count, as she has played all night. 0-2. Inside. Swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. This pitcher has been in control of every batter she has faced, just about. She gets up on top with strikes, and, that's the recipe for success if you're a pitcher. We have a substitution for the Bulldogs. And Squares pulls back, lets the strike go by. Correction, that wasn't a substitution. He was just talking to one of his players. The senior, Alexa Beal, at the plate. Nobody on, 1 out. The pitch, Squares pulls back, swings. 12 runs on the board. Bunting is no longer a necessary faction of the game. That's it, working on. Maybe just working on a different skill. Foul back, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Squares pulls back, swing and a miss. Very peculiar at bat, but that is out number 2 for the Bulldogs. Probably just working on a new skill, more or less. This is the time, I guess. And Coach Lapierre, full faith in, has been through every situation known to man. And he knows how to turn around his troops. For sure. Got under it. Tough spot. Left fielder coming in. Makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Through 2.5. Through 3 complete. The score. Bayview 12. I'm going to see who toes the rubber. Kind of hoping it's Murdoch. Getting rid of as many innings as possible. Setting them up in the second game for as much as they can have. And it looks like it will be. Game 2 undoubtedly the ball will be put in the hands of the freshman. So Valentini, who has pitched regularly all season and is the future of the Bulldogs on the rubber. Bulldogs have a lot of freshmen mixed in, which is always good to see. A young team. Especially at a lot of key positions. Pitching, the freshman I was just referring to, shortstop, is a freshman. That's Alex Storr. Catcher's only a sophomore. Dina Arnold. Some important positions and some young players. The men's lacrosse team lost a tough one last night, 8-7, up in Providence Country Day. Their first blemish on their record of the season. May have cost them the regular season division championship, but they are undoubtedly in the playoffs. I am not sure what exact seed they are. I believe it cost them the number 1 seed. So if they win their last match, I do believe they'll go in as a number 2 and host 1 game. Getting ready to start here. We have the freshman, Lily Vedolino, towing the rubber for the Bulldogs. Like I said, giving a lot of young people a lot of experience. This is not her first time pitching. Plays second, plays outfield. And it's been fun to watch all season because each of these freshmen have had their highlight moments, their game-winning hits. Everybody's taken their turn, so the more time they play together, the more cohesive they become, and the better they'll be. That's what it's all about. So the energy's a little bit down, I'm not going to lie, on the field. It's not down with me at all. I got enough caffeine. I'm good to go. Any sports, I'm amped up. But if you're a Bulldog, I think that their head's in the second game. But they got to get their way through this one first. So Lily Vedolino throwing for the Bulldogs. Getting experience all over the field. Her first pitch inside and low. And the catcher substitution, Elena Fazaro. In for Dina Arnold, getting a little bit of rest before the second game. One would imagine. Doing anything they can to get an advantage in game 2. The pitch, nice breaking ball, off speed. 1-1 count. Off speed breaking pitch, that's a tough one. You got to wait back for a while to hang on to that one. She got a violent motion, and then when you come out with an off-speed pitch like that, it is tough to keep your weight back, I can only imagine. So ahead of the batter, the pitch, nice placement, singled into left field. Doesn't seem to matter where you put it against Bayview at the moment. Solid contact, too. So runner on first. Number 20 stepping in for the Bengals, Emily Buchanan. And that's a nice little off-speed breaking pitch. Didn't make it way all the way back in. 1-0 count. And that's a break ball. Loops inside, stays there, 2-0. So Maya Henderson taking over Vedolino's slot at second base. Pitch, breaking ball, outside corner. Doesn't get the call. Tough one on that one. I thought it might have had a little of the black. Nevertheless. And that's over the plate. Foul ball. And nice breaking ball, and that's a lob into center field for a single. They know where to put him. They're patient. They wait to get their pitch. They've had to earn it this inning. There's nothing you can say. There's no walks, no hit batsmen. They're just hitting now. So 2 up and 2 on for Bayview. Looking for a ground ball if you're able, dog. And the pitch stays inside, ball 1. And squares the bunt. Nice bunt it is. Fielded, no throw for Fazaro. A peculiar spot to leave your bat after a bunt. Umpire doesn't seem to worry about it, but that did seem to get in Fazaro's way. So there's 2 singles and then a bunt single. Everybody's on, 3 batters, 3 hits. But you can't leave your bat in the field of play. Not that anybody's concerned. The bases are loaded and nobody is out. And pitch over the plate, weighted on. That's a gapper. That's going to get all the way out to the fence. That's going to be a base clearing triple. If not, nobody's running for Bayview, so they're going to backpedal and go base to base. Classy way to play. That's a classy thing to do. So I do believe there's nobody out and there's bases loaded there. I think 2 runs away from the first game possibly being over. You gotta realize I'm just attaining sources. This is my first year with Westerly Live, so I am learning things on the fly. And the pitch on, then they use right field fly ball coming in on it, and it's caught for the out. No tagging, obviously. So we have 1 out in the top of the 4th. Bulldogs just need to take a big, deep breath when this one's all over. Forget about it. And the pitch. And the breaking ball, a little bit low. Number 55 in the box, Verkler for Bayview. Batters they've spun the top of their rotor about 5 times. And the pitch, nice breaking ball, stays upstairs though. 3 balls, no strikes. And pitch called strike outside, 3-1. And one must wonder if you're a Bulldog. Nice pitching, off speed, stays up. They walk in the run. That's 14. You got to kind of wonder at this point if you're a Bulldog if you want to wrap this up and start fresh. Because they will. They're resilient at their age, that's for sure. They will start fresh, and they will be ready to battle in game 2. And the pitch called straight, 0-1. 1 out. And the pitch right up the middle, single right up the chute. Scores a run. Bayview going base to base. And waits on it. Pulls his foul for a strike. This is number 32, first at bat of the evening for Isabella Waycott of Bayview. So if there's any stoppage of play early, it won't be until after a Bulldog at bat. And the breaking ball inside for the strike. And I promise you to tune in to game 2. I will have more energy than you can imagine. The stage in this one is just setting the stage for game 2. Bulldogs turn around and take it with the doubleheader tomorrow. And pitch outside. 2 strikes on the batter. 1 ball. I want to go right at her in the inning, but everybody on Bayview seems pretty competent in the area of hitting. The pitch inside and low. Could have stopped by Fazaro. Only a freshman behind the plate. Swing and a miss. Out number 2. Okay, so as I look around the infield right now, the entire infield, pitcher and catcher included, are all freshmen. So that's good to see. And that is going to hit the batter 1 base at a time we go. So you look for the little bright spots and everything. I mean, we're in shuffling for playoff seeding, and you're running with all freshmen. So that's a good thing. And the pitch stays in. And that's up and away. And that pitch is up. Number 18, Ava Wieslow, batting for the Bengals, who are only a few outs away from improving to 11-0, barring the impossible, because nothing is impossible in sports. 3-1. The pitch spinner over the plate goes the other way with it, and found an open spot, and is foul. Fortunate break for the Bulldogs. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. And the pitch, just nice job blowing in, golfing it, takes out the pitching wedge, puts it in front of the right fielder. Bayview goes 1 base. Bayview can do no wrong at the moment. That was a good pitch. That was a very good full count pitch. And that pitch is flown up to the left field, and nobody's going to get there for the Bulldogs. No man's land. That really was in no man's land, but the things I'm noticing is there's no communication. You're not hearing players call for it or take charge. You really need to start seeing some of that, because we are jostling for playoff positioning. And the teams that do those sorts of things are the teams that win in the playoffs. Bunt. Fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first. Not in time. And it is in time. And that will end the top of the 4th, as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning in game 1 of this doubleheader. So if you happen to tune out of this one, make sure you tune back in, because the next one's going to mean even more than this one. which means even more energy for me. We are going to head to a quick commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. We are Westerly Live. I am the voice, Greg Morano. Down the line, we have Lisa, but we are missing an under-the-weather Chrissy. Our thoughts are with her. Next to me is the producer, CEO, man behind the magic, owner, Shane Belanger. We have another battle coming up right after this one tonight, folks. The Bulldogs came into tonight with a doubleheader on the books for tonight and a doubleheader for tomorrow. If they want to sew up the 2 seed in the division heading into the playoffs, which would provide a home game, they need to win 3 out of 4. Well, the first one here seems to be slipping away, to say it kindly, which means the Bulldogs only have 3 games left. So that means they would win the second half of this one, and they have a doubleheader with Barrington tomorrow. Barrington, struggling, has yet to win this season. So a lot can happen. If the Bulldogs don't win the 3, they're still in the playoffs. It just changes their opponent, the quality of their opponent, the location of the game, several things in reality. Bulldogs have a freshman towing the rubber in game 2 that is more than capable of spinning this and getting the Bulldogs a split in this doubleheader. Natalie Newhouse, the batter for the Bulldogs. Coach Luppy getting everybody a little bit of exposure here as he can. 1-1 count. And the pitch over the heart of the plate. Blew it by a little bit too quick for that one. And the pitch, breaking ball outside, way to fight it off.
One ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 count here. And the pitch outside, ball 2. Trosson for Bayview really hasn't had to use her velocity. You can see her pumping a couple of them in right now, but hasn't been challenged all that much by the Bulldogs. Foul out of play. She has been ahead of every batter that she's faced nearly. I wish I had the real numbers on that, but it seems that way. That every batter that the Bulldogs stepped up with, before they knew it, it was 1-2. No leadoff hitter has reached base for the Bulldogs. And that's down the chute. That's 1 out for the Bulldogs. Stepping into the plate, number 26. And pitch off speed. Nice pitch. Tough pitch to hit. I don't have a 26 on my roster, but I do believe this is Hennessy Papadopoulos, another freshman for the Bulldogs, outfielder. Outside. Maggie Stoll on deck, number 28, first baseman. And inside out swing, ground ball to second base. Quick flip to first, 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. Very efficient Bayview Academy team. And swing and a miss. Swing and miss, low and in. I am very, very interested in these wristbands that all of the Bayview players, they refer to them quite a bit. Often I'm seeing the first baseman, the pitcher. I'm noticing now that everybody's wearing them. Off-speed pitch. Man, that's impossible to hit. That was the beauty of the pitch, and that will retire the side for the Bulldogs. So it looks like as far as the mercy rules go, you have to, the team that is trailing has to have their plate appearance in the 5th. And I'm just going off of what I see occurring in front of me. I have no official rule. I could probably get the answer to that momentarily. Regardless, it's not that important. Top of the 5th inning. Bulldogs looking to get off the field, refreshed, and start anew. Kaylee Lamb at first base for the Bulldogs, number 5, only a sophomore. Freshman and sophomore, that's it. All over the field. And the Bulldogs, I know you wouldn't think fortunate and Bulldogs would be in the same sentence tonight, but the Bulldogs are fortunate that they didn't need to use Valentini in the first game, because that would have really put them out of sorts. They can go completely fresh into the second game, the back half of this doubleheader, confident with a fully capable lineup of turning the tides here. Number 23 for Bayview, the pitcher, Sarah Troston, having a game for herself. Squares the bunt. Bunt, straight back to the pitcher, handled by Vitalino. The throw is low, and she is safe at first. So the lead runner on. It's been a trend. That's okay, though. It's a long night ahead. There's a lot of life here. Just kind of got to get through this. Take the lumps, move forward. See, they're going to bunt every time now, which is a sign of respect, but frustrating when you're kicking them out. They're essentially giving the inning to the Bulldogs, but you got to be able to make the play. Two men on. Infield up a bit. Sees what Bayview is offering them. And bunt. Bunt foul. And I will say this is a very, very classy Bayview squad, because there are other teams who do other things. And the past couple innings, Bayview has done nothing but keep the sanctity of the game and the respect that goes along with it. And she offers for a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ball.
And it's a ball up. And the offering off speed, back over me for the strike. Bettolino has a really nice off speed pitch. A definite gap in mileage and a good drop at the end of it. And that's inside, strike 3. Takes the corner and first out of the inning. And the lefty number 30, Giselle Jeffrey, in again for Bayview. And they're going to bunt, I believe. She hit a double that ended up at the base of the fence in right center field in her last at bat. And that's a swinging bunt and flip to first for the second out of the inning. Number 32 in first, Isabella Waycott for Bayview. Runners on second and third. Will not be advancing. There's not much else Bayview can really do to get this thing in the books for the Bulldogs. And the bunt is fouled back. And Bettolino's offering bunt, foul back, 2 strikes. And pitch breaks away, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice pitch. That's that off-speed curveball. And that pitch is going to develop for her in the years to come that she has, because that's a beauty. The strikeout, the inning is over, and the Bulldogs are up for what may very well be their last at bat unless they can manufacture some runs. I'm not even sure that the players themselves want to do that. In reality, I think they want this thing wiped clean, splash some water on their face and start fresh. They got a fresh arm on the rubber, a fresh mentality. Bayview pretty much came in and they took what the Bulldogs gave them early. They really did. the leadoff batter every inning reaching base on a walk. I mean, these are fundamentals that A, they learn at a younger age than this, and B, you can't do against a 10-0 squad. So they just took advantage of everything the Bulldogs gave them. Extremely good offensive squad. Wasn't challenged that much defensively. So we'll see what happens in the bottom half of this doubleheader tonight. It would not surprise me at all to see a Bulldog victory. Not even in the least bit. But that being said, if they do that, they're going to have to really look at the arms that they're using once they start their playoff run. Because there's definitely been something wrong. This isn't the first game that Murdoch's arms have been bothering her. So hopefully Coach Luppy can figure out what the best approach will be. And a lot probably is predicated on Valentini's performance tonight. She's been in clutch situations before. She needs a defense behind him that is talkative and will chatter. Bayview has maintained control and the noise level, the dugout. They brought a few fans with them. More fans now than there was at the start of the game, so hopefully they'll stick around for game 2 when the real fireworks will happen. So the Bulldogs need a few to stay alive. Ground ball to the second baseman, so it'll be ground ball 4-3 unassisted. 4 out, number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Number 17 at bat for the Bulldogs. That's Nettie Baldinelli, junior infielder. And the pitch outside, nice pitch. Yeah, I would say Bayview plays with command presence. They know that they're good. Nice hit, turns on it, spins the top to the gap, left center field, and that rolls way out there for a stand-up double. Great to see. And their teammates are extremely excited, and just little things like that is all it takes for a second game turnaround. These young women have not quit, that's for sure. This night has just begun. They came in hoping for a split, and very likely can still accomplish that. Strike on the outer half to Kaylee Lamb, number 5, the sophomore. And pitch outside, swing and a miss. 2 strikes. And swing and a miss. Out number 2 for the Bulldogs. And the pitcher, the freshman, number 11, Lily Vedlino, steps in. 2 outs, runner on second. And pitch outside, called strike. Things loosening up a little bit, I think, due to the score and inning. That was a little off the plate, but I don't even think the batters are complaining. And that's right, plate swing and miss. That's a little bit upstairs. Good pitch by the pitcher. Oh, and 2 count. Outside hitter spot. Hoping for Vedlino to chase. Does not. 1 and 2. 2 outs. Runner on second base. Bottom 5. The pitch. Fall back. Stays alive. A little extra pepper behind that pitch. I do believe number 23, Sarah Trosson, has had enough. She's had a lot of downtime in this game due to the length of their at-bats. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And that is going to end the inning, and I do believe that's going to end game one of our doubleheader. I'm waiting for confirmation. And yes, that is the case. So the mercy rule is in effect. Game one is complete. Stay tuned, folks. Not long, game two will begin. So game one goes to Bayview. The Bulldogs came in tonight looking for a split. They can still get that. Fresh arm on the rubber. Fresh start upcoming. I am voice Greg Morano, and I am excited about a spectacular finish here tonight for the Bulldogs. That's going to propel them forward through their doubleheader versus Barrington tomorrow and into their number 2 seed. So nothing but positivity coming from me here and Westerly Live. And we are going to take a break between games here, folks. Stay tuned, though. The lightning and fireworks has just begun.